Iranian missiles have again struck parts of Israel. It came hours after explosions were reported in Iran, with Israel widening its attacks. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country will do whatever is necessary to stop Iran's nuclear program.
Middle East correspondent Eric Twarchek is in Jerusalem. There was another wave of Iranian missiles fired at Israel overnight. What can you tell us about it?
So, Emma, we saw them heading towards the north, and also a number of them went towards the south of Israel, where there were apparently multiple impacts in both areas. The emergency services here said those missile strikes started fires and damaged buildings. A number of people have been taken to hospital. This came after Iran's armed forces warned Israelis living near what it called critical areas to move away. It said that they had a target bank of critical sites, and they were going to attack them in the coming hours. Prior to that, the Israeli military had also warned residents in Tehran, the Iranian capital, to move away from weapons sites. It said that it was going to attack them, and there have been more explosions reported across Iran throughout Sunday.
Yeah, Eric, can you detail what the situation is in Iran at the moment?
It's hard to know exactly because of, the restrictions on free reporting in Iran. The Iranian government hasn't been releasing a complete death toll, but human rights groups have said that they estimate, based on various reports, that more than 400 people have been killed, which is quite significant. We know in at least one incident in Tehran, in one Israeli strike, there were 78 people killed, and there was a residential tower struck in which a lot of people were killed. But we know that some of the strikes have targeted residential areas, others have targeted energy infrastructure like fuel depots and an oil refinery, a gas production facility. And the Israeli military says in recent hours it's been focusing on missile launch sites, trying to further weaken Iran's capacity to retaliate by firing these waves of ballistic missiles.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has given one of his first interviews since Israel launched its assault on Iran. What has he said, and what does it suggest then about Israel's intentions here?
So interestingly, Benjamin Netanyahu has reiterated that, disabling Iran's nuclear program is Israel's goal. But he's also said that Israel wants to take out the ballistic missile program, and there have been reports that Israel believed Iran was about to quadruple its stockpile of ballistic missiles in the coming months, and that's part of why Israel acted now. But interestingly, when asked if Israel's goal was regime change in Iran, as a lot of Israel's statements seem to indicate, Benjamin Netanyahu said Iran's government is weak and could well collapse if the Israeli attack continues. Certainly with some of the rhetoric that's coming out of Israel, it looks like that is, and calls for Iranians to rise up against their government, to collapse the theocratic regime in Iran. It does look like that could be one of the end goals of Israel's campaign, because having started this conflict with Iran, the question is, when will Israel consider, its goals to have been met?